Yo. It's mad early. I think I'm gonna just get right into this. A lot of people probably aren't gonna be up right now. So let me know if you're in here. Let me know if you can hear me. And when you guys come in, please hit the like button. I'm gonna make this kind of quick because I gotta do my workout. And yeah, you know, it's 6:25 out here in the East Coast, so I want to get my workout in ASAP. But hit that like button when you come up in here, please. I'm gonna break this down real proper like, but it'll be very, very concise and very straight to the point. But first, I want to play a little bit of this video just to highlight some of the things that he says. So we're gonna start by playing this video.
Radio show. You can find it on my website, theofficertatum.com. My Salem radio show from the Uvalde school. And this is a picture of the police officers in the hallway. Now, I want to talk about this for a minute. What do I know? What do I do not know? What do you know? What should you know? Is that I'm assuming that this is correct. I'm assuming that this particular...
Here we go with the assumptions. You know, he defended the police to no end, right? Still does, probably. He still does in this video. And he gets on other people for getting at the police, calling them cowards, calling them incompetent. He's jumping out the window for the police based on assumptions, okay? Based on assumptions that really don't make any sense, all right?
The timestamp is accurate. Is it possible that it's inaccurate? Yes. I'm assuming that it's accurate, and I'm assuming that this is an actual still shot photo of the hallway. I'm assuming. Could this be off? I don't know. But let's talk about this for a quick minute, because I do not like when things are taken out of context within a certain sphere and then a narrative is pushed. I want to see the video of this whole scenario, and then I think it'll make more sense. People are saying they're heavily armed, they got the proper guns, and they have a shield. Now you can see this here appears to be a shield. Now,
they got the proper guns. Look, this cat has a rifle. This cat has a rifle, and this I don't remember exactly how far into the situation this was, but this was still long before Vortex showed up, or the tactical teams, and did what they had to do. Now, his whole thing rests on whether or not this shield is a pistol shield or a rifle shield. But I'm going to tell you this right now. It doesn't matter what kind of shield it is. You have a rifle. He has a rifle. Doesn't matter what type of shield it is, right? You still should have went into this classroom and took out the motherfucking shooter. And if you got shot in the process, oh well. Don't tell me you don't have a bulletproof vest on. Don't tell me you don't have a bulletproof vest on. That's standard for every police officer in every police department. They all wear ballistic vests, okay? Now, might a rifle round go through it? It might, but it might slow down the trajectory. It might stop it if it's a glancing shot. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. There's different variables, you know, and a lot of physics involved. But nonetheless, whether this is a pistol shield or a rifle shield doesn't matter, right? But he's going to explain why he thinks it matters.
For people that understand ballistics, this could be a rifle shield or a handgun shield. Let me give you both scenarios. If this is a handgun shield, this shield is virtually, it means nothing. Like, this might as well not be here. He might as well.
And this is my question. If it's a pistol shield and not a rifle shield, why is it there in the first fucking place? Why would he bring it if he thinks it's worthless? Why would he bring a pistol shield when he knows that the shooter has a rifle? Why would he bring this? Why is it there in the first place? You know what I'm saying? That's the question of the ages, right? So it's not whether or not it's a pistol shield. That's not the question. The question is, if it's a pistol shield, why is it there? Why would he bring a pistol shield when clearly the guy has a rifle, right? That's the question for me.
We'll put this over here in the corner because if this is a handgun shield, it's not going to protect anybody. Them bullets going to go straight through there. If this is in fact a rifle shield, and this is in fact the proper timing here, then there is no reason.
Jimmy, not only did they stand there with those shields, because this is not going to be the only cat in that hallway with shields. And I'm going to show you that. Pay attention to the timestamp, 11:52. These cats, there were multiple officers with shields. Not only that, but there's another crucial key point. It's in the title, you know, so it is what it is, that I'm going to show you guys. That's really going to blow his bullshit narrative. We're going to know what type of person Brandon Tatum is in a minute, right? If you weren't already clear on that.
That they couldn't advance, well, if they didn't have a key, but given the fact that they had a key, entry tools, there's no reason they couldn't advance on this door.
Now they had keys and entry tools. What was his whole idea before? What was his narrative before? Oh, no, they didn't have any sophisticated breaching tools, which is a Halligan. It's a fucking crowbar. It's a beefed up crowbar on steroids. That's what a Halligan is. It's not complicated at all, right? Shotgun shells or shotgun slugs, right? Breaching shells for shotguns. They had. Come on, don't tell me they don't got none of that shit. But none of that matters. They didn't need any of that. They didn't need any of that shit.
If this is a rifle shield, because Bortak ended up breaching with the rifle shield, multiple shields, and they killed the suspect. So people are jumping to conclusions about ballistic shields and all this, but I want to know, is this a rifle shield or a handgun shield? Is this timestamp correct or is it not correct? Play the video from 11 minutes and 14 seconds. I want you to play it all the way through till 12:50 when he was killed. I want to see exactly what happened in the hallway. This picture really does not explain much. We know that the first reports is that the officer, the chief in Uvalde, when they first approached the hallway, they were met with gunfire, and, you know, based on what they said, they were outpowered. But they got reinforcements.
Outpowered. One cat with a rifle that can only shoot one round at a time. You have multiple officers with handguns, maybe. But here, obviously, you can see here, these cats have rifles. Outgunned, really? Yeah, okay. So if you were outgunned initially when you showed up, these people came to back you up with more firepower, but you still did nothing for another hour, right? But you're not cowards. No. That's not what it is. The problem is, or probably, he had a ballistic shield, but it was a pistol one instead of a rifle one. So therefore, that eliminates the cowardly thing. You know what I'm saying? He's not a coward because, that was a pistol shield, man. You know? That's all. Man, fuck out of here.
So at 11:52, which is 19 minutes after the shooter supposedly got into the school, they had backup and reinforcements. So it makes sense that new people will show up with rifles and engage.
But did they engage? No, they didn't. And that's why we call them cowards, Brandon Tatum, because they showed up with all this shit and still did nothing for an entire hour. But you want us to apologize because What did you say? We need to apologize because the chief came out, right, Arredondo, and said some shit. Oh, now we need to apologize. Nah, you need to apologize to your audience, pimpin'. You need to apologize to your audience because you were wrong. You jumped out the window on the opposite side because you just want to shine badges so badly. You know why everybody else who thinks that they're cowards didn't jump out the window? Because, and why they were right, without all the facts coming out, we don't need all the facts. All we need to know is that 19 police officers stood in that hallway for an hour and allowed this guy to stay in the classroom with all these students and continue to shoot. And they just stood there, right? An entire hour. They did nothing. And they held back the parents and other adults that wanted to get in there and get their children come hell or high water. That's why we don't need all the facts. You need all the facts to come out to prove whatever you wanted to prove. That they didn't have sophisticated tools, they didn't have a proper key, they didn't have Halligans, they didn't have this, they didn't have that. Yeah.
Now, I want to see the full video, and then I can give a better, more thorough commentary. But for the time being right now, this really doesn't do anything but add fuel to the fire if there's no context behind this. And, you know, it's just the attack on law enforcement officers is just never ending, man. It's never ending. Like,
yeah, it's never ending.
There's so much nuance that went into this situation, and
you know why it's never ending? Because every time we get new information, that information leads us to the conclusion, more and more, that these cops were cowed to the fucking words. You understand what I'm saying? Every time we get new information, it just lends to the fact that these pigs were cowards, right? And they allowed so many children to die. Because even if he fired on these children an hour in the first minute, right, which is not the truth, that's not the truth, you still could have performed life-saving procedures on these children had they had been gotten to a lot sooner. And not all the children were pulverized and decapitated, all right? That's they're going to try to tell. They try to tell you all the AR-15, it just completely obliterated the children and turned them to dust, and there was nothing in there. There was nothing left of the children but red mist all over. No. All right. So let's come on, man. Let's keep it real.
I really wish that they can give and provide everything we need to make a fair judgment. If you watch this video and they're just like this for an hour and a half and didn't do nothing like this, now we do know that the shooting didn't continue, but regardless of that,
no, we don't.
If this was an hour and a half and they sat here while shooting is going on, then
there was still shooting going on. I don't know why he keeps telling y'all that. There was still shooting going on. You know what I'm saying? There was still shooting going on. I don't know why I keep telling y'all there wasn't still shooting. It doesn't matter if shooting was still going on or not. It doesn't fucking matter. You do not downgrade the situation to a barricaded subject situation when there are children and armed gunmen involved. I showed you that. I showed evidence of that. You know, these experts came out and they said that. I showed you guys. That's just what the case is. So it doesn't matter if they were still shooting or not. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But it's that he was still shooting, but he's going to tell you they weren't because, you know, that helps. He thinks that helps his case.
Of course, they made the wrong decision. They made the wrong decision. There is no way around it saying that they sat here.
They made the wrong decision because they're cowards. Point blank and period.
Here, while shooting is going on, which we don't have any reports that the shooting was continual after 11:40, 48 or whatever.
Not sure.
But if shooting is going on and they're sitting here and they have rifles and a ballistic shield, there is no reason they did not advance. Now, here is the reason why I say the things that I say. I know a person.
Here we go.
Who was.
This is really why I wanted to play the video, right? Because we already know that he thinks these cops were shining examples of what policing should be and how to protect children, right? We already know. He thinks that, no, they weren't cowards. No. Even though he just admitted that they made the wrong decisions, blah, blah, blah. And he tries to say, there wasn't any shooting going on after 11:48. How convenient before 11:52, right? But this is the key part. His little birdie, his little plant, his little, his informant, right? His source. This is really why I wanted to play the video, right? Because this is who's going to put this shit off on. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. At the end of the day, if he does any more videos about this situation here, and he tries to, cover his ass, he is going to throw his buddy under the bus. That's what I think. Because he's already doing it. He's already setting it up. He set it up last time when he said that his buddy told him, the guy that was in the hallway, told him that, they used a Halligan or some shit. The Vortex team. They used a Halligan to get in the door. That's what his buddy told him. And he said his buddy gave him wrong information. You see, he is not going to accept responsibility for jumping out the window for these pigs. He's going to blame it on his buddy here.
There, who was in this hallway. And I believe that person don't have a reason to just make up stuff because, it's no point. He wasn't with Uvalde, so throwing them under the bus ain't that hard to do. He don't owe these guys no loyalty. If this is even Uvalde PD,
Maybe he does because he's like you, where he is going to back the police no matter what, and he's going to cover for the police no matter what. He's not going to admit that the police are wrong no matter what. That's probably he's just like you, man. It doesn't have to be the same department. That he doesn't have to belong to the same department. All he has to do is be a bootlicking bad shiner, just like you.
I don't even know if this is Uvalde or not, but if this is Uvalde PD, he don't have any reason to not throw them under the bus. Now, he told me that there was no shields at the scene.
No shields at the scene. But clearly we see shields. Clearly we see shields, right? Do y'all see the shield? I see the shield. There's shields there. There's shields. So what do you... your source, not really a good source. L78 says, I've been wondering who his source is. Yeah. Not a good one. It's not a good source. That's for damn sure. Alien Believers was good. Jimmy Nguyen in the building. I hate this clown more than I do Lucas for real. Lucas may threaten kids, but this MF don't even care about it. Hey, man, that sometimes that be what it is. Jimmy Nguyen said, he's the one isn't exposing police in 2020, 21, and 22 situations that I mentioned. Yeah. All right.
And that Bortak didn't even have a shield. And that that the U.S. Marshals had to bring Bortak shields so they can make entry. So there was no shields at the scene. Bortak.
Because saving the children rests on whether you have shields or not, right? That's the whole thing. Oh, well, they didn't have shields. What are they to do? They got vests, motherfucker. They got guns. They got tactics. They got numbers, right? Like I said, they can distract the shooter while they enter into another point. There's many things you could have done, but they didn't want to do that shit because they were scared of getting shot. And so they sat there and let children die. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's the bottom line to it.
Didn't even have a shield. Now, what he said could have been accurate if this is a handgun shield. This is what people need to understand. If this is a handgun shield.
How is he accurate? He said there were no shields. You just said that he said there were no shields. How is it accurate even if this is a pistol shield? It's still a fucking shield. What, did your guys ask him, hey, is that a pistol shield or a rifle shield? I don't think he did. It doesn't, if that were the case, he would say, oh, it was only pistol shields. It was only pistol shields. He wouldn't say there were no shields. No shields is not the same as pistol shields. You understand what I'm saying? This dude is just, come on, man. Come on. Come on.
This might as well not be here. If this is a rifle shield, there is no reason whatsoever that they could not advance with a rifle shield. There's no reason. If this is a rifle shield, there's no reason that this would be sitting here. If this is an accurate time, this is sitting on the ground and it's not being advanced. Now, if they know that the door is locked, there's no real reason to come up here and beat on a door that you can't.
Now, remember that. If they know that the door is locked, come on. And this is another way we know that his source is full of shit. I'm going to show you why his source is full of shit in a minute.
And get open. But if they have a key, this is a rifle shield, you have no choice but to make entry.
Now they have no choice but to make entry. But it only rests on whether they have a shield? No. No, man. Even if he don't got a fucking shield, if they got a key to get in that door, you take your ass in there and you take that motherfucker out. Multiple entry points. The door, the window, which they can get into, right? They were able to get kids out of windows from the same building from other classrooms. It doesn't rest on whether you have a shield or not. That's what he's trying to tell you, right? But he's setting up his buddy, his so-called source, right? I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Have to. Even if this was a barricade, well, kind of, sort of. I mean, you would have to be sure that he's the only one in there. There's no indication that he's the only one in there.
No, you wouldn't. Why would? There's no indication he's the only one in there? Oh, God. Well, we know there are students in there with him that he shot down and that are bleeding out because your coward ass police officers didn't do shit. But he is the only suspect. This has been known. So what are we talking about, Brandon?
There, in no point in this scenario. So rifle shield. If this was a rifle shield, we don't know. And you got guys here. You press the door. Hopefully you have a key or something that you make entry to the door. You kill the guy. That's it. There is no excuse whatsoever if this is a rifle shield.
There's no excuse if it's a rifle shield. Rifle shield, tomato shield, fucking lightning shield. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. No shield. They should have gotten there and got that motherfucker. Period.
They have the availability through a key or another mechanism to get in that room if they're just standing here. Now, let me reiterate this for the people in the back. If we don't know what's happening, this is a still shot. We don't know if this guy and this guy got together and tried to make their way up here and was shot at. We don't know if the guy is actively shooting right now.
All right.
Because there were reports that he was shooting through the walls and the door and the glass door.
But you said he wasn't shooting at this point. It's not a glass door. All right? It's not a glass door. It has a little glass portal about this big. Okay? So there's a concentrate. If he's shooting through that, it's concentrated. You can get underneath that. Like I said, there are many different ways you can do it. Somebody shoots through the window, right? Gets his attention to the window, boom, breach the door. Right? Or get his attention at the door, breach the window. Right? Or you coordinate with your people. You get him on the radio. Yo, I'm gonna get him to this door, concentrate fire to this area of the classroom. You know, use the proper vectors and angles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Try to, and then, boom, shoot at him. Come on, man. Come on.
We don't know if that's the case. According to guys that initial reports is that they didn't get a good angle on the door. So when they were getting shot at, they couldn't get a good angle. Now,
so let me tell y'all something about this, right? About angles and vectors and geometry. If they couldn't get a good angle from this area of the shooter could not get a good angle on them. Let me repeat that. If they didn't have a good angle on the shooter, then the shooter doesn't have a good angle on them. Even less so for the shooter, because he has a very small window from where he can shoot, because he's inside the classroom and he's probably shooting through a door, or if the door is slightly open, he has a very small, he has a very small range that he can shoot from, right? A very small degree, right? So it's just like, that's what it is. If they have not a good angle, then he doesn't have a good angle. So what you do is, if this is the classroom, you go to this wall, right? You stack on this wall, and you come over here, and you go around here, and very quietly, right, you set up. You stage yourself in this area, right? And you make sure that one of the guys are like here or something. They have their muzzle trained on this area in case he pops out. Boom, they can just immediately fire on him, right? That's something that you can do. Or while he's focused on these guys, you have another crew or another team come from this direction, right? And they can go in this door, they can breach this door, go through this connected classroom, while he's distracted over here. There's ways you could do it. They didn't want to do that because they're why? Cowards.
Now, just looking at this, and this is only for the people that want to think, because we don't have the actual video, so you have to process this in your mind. This doesn't look normal to me. Like, as a former SWAT guy, this don't look right. This doesn't look like a normal setup, right? I mean, there's no way, unless these guys have no tactical experience, there is no way that this guy is, and we can't see who else is back here, but there's no way that this guy is standing here with a shield like this. There's no way, unless he's kneeling and we can't tell. But if you're standing and the shield is just sitting up against the door, that shield is virtually useless. So I don't know if the guy is put it there or is he getting ready to pick it up.
I'm done. I gotta move on. So there's that. And there's that. I'm going to show you guys some more video here. I'm going to show you guys this. Head of police, state police of Uvalde, calls Uvalde, response abject failure. Why was it abject failure? Because they're cowards.
Information that tonight has parents of those 19 children who were killed in Uvalde, Texas, wondering, could their child have been saved? That's because the head of the Texas Department of Public Safety blasted the police response, detailing how there were enough armed officers in the school hallway 3 minutes after the attack began. But instead, officers waited 74 minutes before breaching what we learned today was an unlocked door.
What? What? Wait, what did she say?
Unlocked door. Texas's
what?
Before breaching what we learned today was an unlocked minutes after the attack began. But instead, officers waited 74 minutes before breaching what we learned today was an unlocked door. Officers waited 74 minutes before breaching what we learned today was an unlocked door. Texas's top cop, testified today in Austin that officers had the manpower, they had the equipment and the time to, quote, neutralize the suspect. McCraw placed the blame squarely on Police Chief Pete Arredondo, who was inside the school but did not act. CBS's 4 minutes before
my bad.
breaching what we learned today was Stephen McCraw, top cop, testified today in Austin that the blame squarely on police.
Now remember, in the video before that one that I just showed you of Brandon Tatum, he used this guy's, words, whatever this fucking guy said, to kind of justify him backing the police. But he can't escape. This guy cannot escape blame because he's ultimately responsible for the horrible response time, for the cowardly acts. He stood those cops down.
Chief Pete Arredondo, who was inside the school but did not act. CBS's Omar Villafranca is going to start us off tonight from Uvalde, Texas. Good evening, Omar.
Good evening. The head of DPS said the fact that officers waited so long to react goes against everything they are taught. And he said that inaction set the profession back a decade. He also said the school police chief put the lives of officers over children.
Texas's top trooper was blunt. Texas's top trooper was blunt.
Officers over children. Back a decade. He also said the school police chief put the lives of officers over children.
Texas's top trooper was blunt.
There's compelling evidence that the law enforcement response to the attack at Robb Elementary was an abject failure.
Colonel Steve McCraw, head of the Texas Department of Public Safety, placed that blame solely at the boots of the Uvalde school police chief, Pete Arredondo.
Not just him, but every other police officer that obeyed those orders and said, okay, yeah, okay, fuck it. I ain't about to die for these kids. Every single one of them.
The only thing stopping a hallway of dedicated...
Matter of fact, I think they should be charged with accessory to murder. That's what I think. If you're a cop and you're in this situation and you don't act when you could have acted, and the fucking door's unlocked and all these children die, you're an accessory to murder. That's just... And guess, I bet you, if they made that a thing, and it was well known, they would, trust me, they'd weed out all the bad, cowardly cops. They would be, you know what I'm saying? They'd get the cream of the crop. They'd get the, you know what I'm saying? Get rid of qualified immunity, and then add a provision that says if you allow this to happen, you're accessory to murder. Shit. I bet they ask some shit. They get some good motherfucking cops in.
Officers from meeting room 111 and 112 was the on-scene commander who decided to place the lives of officers before the lives of children.
McCraw laid out multiple times police failed to engage sooner. 3 minutes into the attack, armed officers, 2 with rifles, were present, including Arredondo.
How many?
And at 11 rifles were present, including Arredondo sooner. 3 minutes into the attack.
11:36. 11:36. B. Tatum said that the shooting stopped at 11:48. 11 officers. 11 officers. 11:36, y'all. 11 officers. Shooting stopped at 11:48, if we were to believe what Brandon Tatum said.
Attack. Armed officers, 2 with rifles, were present, including
2 with rifles. Do you call that outgun? Remember Brandon Tatum? All they had was a little pistol. Bang, 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 bang. And they might have more magazines. Come on, man.
including Arredondo.
Oh, man.
And at 11:52 a.m., 21 minutes in, the first ballistic shield was inside the school, confirming security footage obtained by the Austin American-Statesman. By 12:21, officers with 4 ballistic shields.
But again, doesn't matter if they had shields or not. The motherfuckers that got there 11:36 should have went in that fucking classroom with or without a shield. They had 2 rifles, 11 officers. You could have made some shit happen. I don't give a hot fuck about a motherfucking ballistic shield. You got children's lives in danger in there. saving their lives don't rest on whether you have fucking shields or not. Let's get that straight. And if anybody tells you that, then don't let them around your fucking kids.
Heard more gunshots, yet police waited, even as 911 calls were coming from at least 2 students inside the classrooms.
Much love to you, Tanya Parker. Much love to you. Much love to you. Thank you for stopping by.
The officers had weapons. The children had none. The officers had body armor.
What did he say? The officers had weapons. The children had none. The officers had body armors. Come on.
The children had none.
What anything to say to the parents?
Arredondo, who was also in Austin at a closed-door hearing, tried to dodge cameras and tough questions. Arredondo has claimed that officers were looking.
That's Brandon Tatum's boy, though. Arredondo, the coward who doesn't even want to fucking face the media and address his actions. That's Brandon Tatum's boy, though. You know what I mean?
For keys to open the classroom door. But McCraw stunned lawmakers when he said the door didn't lock from the inside and no one tried to open them.
I don't believe, based
The door didn't lock from the inside and no one tried to open them.
on the information that we have right now, that that door was ever secured. In fact,
And I can guarantee you this guy has more information and better information than Brandon Tatum. That source that Brandon Tatum has that said there weren't any shields, that said that they used a Halligan to get in the fucking door, which was wrong, incorrect information. I already proved to you that Brandon Tatum is not a credible individual for information, especially in regard to this Uvalde situation. He is going to, who is his source? He's going to put out this information from this source. Did he corroborate that? I don't think he did.
I have great reason to believe it wasn't secured. How about trying the door and see if it's unlocked?
As more information comes to
And you know how they could learn, how he could know that? Because maybe when Vortex showed up, they tried the door and the fucking shit was unlocked. Maybe he saw through the surveillance video that none of the officers tried to open the door for the entire hour and a half. Maybe that's why. Because no one tried the door. And when Vortex showed up, they went and they opened the door.
to light, Uvalde's grief has turned to anger. At last night's school board meeting, Angel Garza, whose 10-year-old stepdaughter A. Marie was killed, called for Arredondo to resign.
How are we supposed to?
Fuck a resignation. He need to go to jail for accessory to murder. That's how we need to treat this shit. You understand what I'm saying? We need to hold these people to a higher standard. If they want to be in the position they're in, this position of power, when they fuck up, they have to face the music. Right? The fat lady needs to fucking sing. Period. I'm sorry this guy had to go through this. But one more thing. Now this has not this one. Where is it? Wait, I had another video ready. Where the fuck is it? Hold on, y'all. I had another video ready. Shit. Hold on. I had another video ready. The fuck? Oh, here we go. This is a short video here. I'm gonna play this and I gotta get out of here. I gotta do my workout.
The first images from inside the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas,
Look at this.
during last month's mass shooting that left
12:46.
21 dead. They show officers in the hallway just 19 minutes into the massacre, armed with even more firepower than previously thought. Several cops even have ballistic shields. Previously, authorities said the door was locked and they were waiting for a key from the janitor.
A decision was made that this was a barricade.
But wait, they were waiting for a key from a janitor. What did Officer Brandon Tatum tell you? That he tried, that Arredondo had multiple keys and tried multiple keys on the doors and none of the shits worked. We found out he didn't try not near, not nut. Wasn't nobody trying no door. Now, well, Arredondo was around, right? The door was fucking unlocked.
Subject situation. There was time to retrieve the keys and wait for a tactical team with the equipment to go ahead and breach the door and take on the subject at that point.
But today, the head of the Texas Department of Public Safety, Steve McCraw, told a public hearing that wasn't true. The classroom door was unlocked the entire time.
How about trying the door and see if it's unlocked? Okay, as a, what we used to call a clue at that point. Why not? And of course, no one had.
Hot sauce? You see what I'm saying? Let's see how many badges he gonna shine now. Well, Brandon Tatum, he gonna continue to shine badges. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's a badge shiner. That's just what it is. He gonna lick the boots and shine the badge. That's just what it is, man. And shout out to Heavy Duty Country for keeping it real. That was, I was thinking about playing his video too, but I ain't really got time. C was good. Tatum is a clown. He will never admit he was wrong about this. I don't know why. Because he went too far out on he jumped out the window already. He had already. You can't fly back into the window. He ain't defying the laws of gravity. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you guys for popping up in here. Please hit that like button on the way out. I got to get my workout in. You know what I'm saying? About to hit the bag, do some calisthenics, some upper body calisthenics. Some body weight exercises. That's what I do. I don't really lift weights like that, but do some boxing drills, Muay Thai drills, stay on point. But anyway, much love, you guys. Check that out, man. I ain't gonna tell y'all what to do, but listen, man, we need to call people like this out. He blocked me, so I can't really do that. I do have another channel I can go make a comment, but he's not one to take criticism. So I don't know what to tell you, man. But be real careful when you listen to people like this about certain things, especially when it comes to police officers, right? When it comes to policing, you might want to take what he says with a grain of salt because he's a former police officer, and it is incumbent upon him. It's his duty to back the blue no matter what, right? And why are we backing the color? Help me understand this. Why are we backing the blue? Understand what that means when you back the blue, right? When you back the blue, that means that you're backing every single police officer no matter what, right? And we know there cannot be, right? There cannot be this idea that, there's this idea, especially when it comes to him, that police can do no wrong. That's simply impossible. It's impossible for such a large group of individuals to always get it right. But that's how he presents. That's how he presents it, right? Every situation, the police can do no wrong. And so just when come on, take what he says with a grain of salt, man. And just use common sense. That's all I will say about that. Wait a minute. He posted a video yesterday after a hearing and still defended him. That he did that on IG. It's not on his YouTube. Yeah. If he still defended these motherfuckers after the hearing, there's nothing I can do anymore, right? I can't make any. I'm done. I'm done making videos about him and this Uvalde thing. There's no way. Well, there's a way because he's Brandon Tatum. of course he's still back in the blue. Of course he's still defending these police officers in particular after that hearing. I don't know what to tell y'all. But anyway, I'm going to holler at y'all later. Just as a quick note, it looks like Dianne Feinstein has an issue with the Oath Breakers group in the Senate. The bipartisan oath breaking group in the Senate. She has a problem with that bill. She wants to add an addendum to where you can't buy an AR-15 until you're age 21. So she wants to add that in there. So that's probably gonna be an issue, but we'll see. But anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for coming through, and let's keep marching forward.